Alright, about 8 minutes ago, the new ERRA song has finally come out. Of course, this is one of my most anticipated albums of this year. The last album they came out with is a top 3 ERRA album, in my opinion. It's like right behind Drift and Augment for me. And I really liked Pull from the Ghost and World Alone with Phase 1. I thought those were really good songs. It doesn't look like those are going to be on the album because we got a full track list for this album, and they're not on there, which isn't surprising. Pull from the Ghost was kind of a song that they released for the tour. They did the same thing with Eye of God, which is actually the first time I ever saw them live, was right after Eye of God came out. Eye of God is actually like one of their best songs ever. I love that song so much. And it's the song that kind of introduced their newer sound to us. Like Neon kind of went into that direction, like the technology, like very electronic sounds. But Eye of God kind of introduced us to their self-titled sound a little bit, and I love the self-titled album so much. It's very heavy. The mix is incredible. One of the best mixes I've ever heard. It was kind of like Augment and Neon coming together. It was like very heavy like Augment was, but very electronic at the same time like Neon, and it had like the really pretty tapping guitar from Drift. It was kind of like a mix between all three of those albums, but like modernized. It was really good. So it was kind of surprising when Pull from the Ghost and Pale Iris both kind of pulled back on the guitar. Like it's still really good guitar and everything, but they kind of pulled it back a little bit and they got a little bit more electronic. And honestly, I wasn't a big fan of Pale Iris until the new remix came out, and I saw a lot of people complaining about the remix, but honestly I think it's a lot better. I really liked Pale Iris the first time I heard it. It was very different, but as I listened to it after that, I kind of found myself never listening to it. But when I listened to that remix version, I've been listening to it like a lot more recently. It got way heavier, the drums and the guitar. The big thing that I didn't really like about it was the chorus. Not the singing or anything, but this sounds really stupid, but the guitar or something in the background sounded like AJR horns, if you know what I'm talking about. I know that's really specific, but it kind of like I couldn't listen to the song without thinking about AJR, so I just never really listened to it. But they took that out completely on the new remix, and I think they added some like different ambience at the end of the mix. I don't know. There's a couple different things about it, but I prefer it. So yeah, I wasn't a giant fan of Pale Iris until this remix came out, which is going to fit the mix of this next album. So we're finally going to hear a second song off of this album. I'm excited for it. I'm interested to see if they do anything different with Jesse's vocals, because they were very different in Pale Iris. He was singing a lot different than he normally does. So I'm interested to hear that. If he sings, of course. This could just be a JT song. Of course, subscribe. We just passed 5K. And yeah, let's get into this. Sorry for ranting so much. They're just one of my favorite bands. Whoa. The fuck? Oh shit, okay. Guitar tone already fucking nasty. Oh. Those bends are fucking foul. Really different art direction for them. Dude, that synth sounds crazy. Some crazy industrial sounds, man. What? Okay. Hold on. Oh my god, dude, the bass sounds incredible. The guitar sounds so electronic. Jesse's vocals sound really fucking different. I really love the reverb on it though. It sounds really grungy. We got some like falsetto there, head voice. Yeah, I guess he's just being very experimental with his vocals for this album. Really cool. Dude, this sounds crazy. The amount of bass in this mix is just fucking insane. And that synth right before the first verse was just so alien. Dude, that fucking synth sounds so fucking nice. I'm gonna listen to this song just for that. Maybe it'll come back later in the song. We'll find out. It like reminds me of Blade Runner. And this is a really interesting music video too because the sound is so electronic, but they're outside in a farm, you know what I mean? Like self-titled didn't even sound this electronic except for Divisionary, but all of their music videos were all like technology and like glitchy and stuff, but they're going for a completely different aesthetic here. That sounds incredible though. It's so different. Those bends. This is so polished. North Lane Mesmer bass. That is so different. It's so good though. It's like haunting. Oh. It's gonna kill me. Come on. The harmonics are assaulting me. Holy shit. Oh my god. What the fuck was that? Okay, this sounds so polished. It almost sounds like computer generated. Like the guitar just sounds so polished and electronic. I love it. But this sounds so different. You know what I mean? I love that it sounds a lot different from Self-Titled. They're another one of those bands that every single album they do sounds a lot different. And like with Pull from the Ghost and a little bit with Pale Iris, I was like, damn, this really just sounds like Self-Titled Part 2, which would have been fine because it's an incredible album. It's a very diverse album, but this is going in a completely different direction, being very experimental with Jesse's vocals. And yeah, the band just sounds very different. But damn, that is a gorgeous mix. Like, that is so polished. It just, I feel like I could turn it up to like an infinite volume and it would never hurt my ears. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, that was sick. Yeah, they sound very different. I'm excited to hear the rest of this album though, man, because the singles off of ERRA, their self-titled, weren't my favorite on the album. Like, my favorites are probably Electric Twilight, Lunar Halo, Vanished Canvas, Eidolon, Remnant. Those are probably my favorite songs off of this album, and none of those were singles. So yeah, man, I'm really excited to listen to this a lot, especially back to back with Pale Iris, because again, Pale Iris didn't really hit me until that remix came out, and I listened to Pale Iris so many times after that remix dropped that it actually made my top 50 songs of 2023. ERRA is one of those bands that you can't just listen to the singles, you gotta hear the full album, and yeah, I just can't wait to hear the full album. I want to hear every, like, all the variety, all the diversity throughout the album, because the self-titled had so much diversity that sounded like Snowblood and stuff are incredible. But once you get into like Lunar Halo and Electric Twilight, some of those more experimental songs with long guitar solos and stuff, that's where I love ERRA. That's really what I love with them. Not just their heavy stuff, but I really love their longer songs, their more experimental stuff, the guitar solos. That's why Drift's my favorite album. It is just so full of just beautiful guitar. Neon has a good amount on there as well, but Augment just mixes that beautiful guitar with insane fucking gent heavy shit, and it's just perfect. But yeah, that's all I can say about this. I'm going to listen to this so many times. Every walk I go on a daily walk, I'm going to be listening to this. But yeah, man, that's all I have to say. This is just making me insanely excited to hear this full album. And yeah, hopefully we'll probably get one more single before the album comes out. A maximum of 2 more singles. I think it comes out in April. And of course I'll be covering anything that they come out with, as well as the full album once it drops. But yeah, man, just let me know down in the comments what I should check out. Give me some suggestions. Make sure to subscribe. We just passed 5,000 subscribers. And make sure to check out my community tab every once in a while. I post album pulls over there. But yeah, man, just let me know what you thought down below about this song. And also make sure to go check out my community tab. I post album pulls over there. And yeah, that's basically it. Take it easy.